up, everybody? This is KK here for another edition of Focus Group. And Focus Group, once again, is fund yourself wisely, overhaul your mind and body, communicate positively, use everything you got, and S, share your knowledge. So we're going to share some knowledge today, doing some book reports for you. Today we're going to talk about debt reduction, which is something every American should be into right now. And I'd suggest the following books. These are Gene Chatsky's Pay It Down from Debt to Wealth on $10 a Day. Generation Debt by Carmen Wong Ulrich. Take Control of Your Money, a how-to guide. Then we have How to Settle Your Debts, Climb Out of the Hole You're in Without Committing Financial Suicide by Norman H. Perlmutter. We got Deal with Your Debt by Liz Pullman Weston. And Debt Cures They Don't Want You to Know About by Kevin Trudell. Now, most of these books pretty much all say the same thing, which is, first of all, take all your resources to pay down your credit card debt. First of all, don't use credit if you don't have to. To that effect, I suggest you freeze your cards, which is take a soup can, fill it with water, put your credit card in that water, put it in the freezer, and freeze it solid. That way you don't have access to the credit card right away for impulse buying. You do have it for emergencies, but you can't get at it right away, which is an important thing. Now, once you pay off a card, you don't want to close the account because that's a negative notch in your credit score, but you do want to cut it up later. Just don't tell the company, don't use it. And one thing you might want to do is, first of all, collect 30 days of receipts for all your spending. That will let you know where you're losing money, what frivolous purchases you're making, and how to get rid of them. Another thing I would suggest is going on a spending strike for a month after that. Basically, don't spend anything you don't have to. Buy your gas, buy your food, and for everything else, just opt out of it. Go to the library, get yourself a big mess of books, just exercise at home, watch television, get movies from the library, volunteer, do something, but just don't spend the money you don't have. Now, let's say you've got 2 credit cards. With some credit left over, you got a $2,000 MasterCard. That's a minimum payment of $50 a month. And you have a $5,000 American Express card. Minimum payment's $100 a month. So what people normally suggest is take the smallest debt first. Take everything you got left over. You pay the minimum, of course, but you take everything you got left over from your spending strike and throw it at that. So you got $50 plus X going to the MasterCard until it's paid off. You're paying the minimum on the American Express until that's paid off. Then, once this is taken care of, you've got $50 plus the $100 minimum you're paying on the American Express, plus that extra money you found during your spending strike to throw at the $5,000 till that's paid off. Now, what I suggest is after you've paid off these cards, act like you've got that debt even though you've paid it off. Take that money, throw it aside, make sure you've got like 2 months of fluid expenses to live on, and then anything after that you should start investing with. Now, one thing people don't know about those debt consolidation companies and management companies are all things you can do on your own. They're actually charging you to make a debt settlement with your creditors. Basically, if you get this book, Norman Perlmutter tells you basically how to make your own debt settlement with those credit card companies. And remember, credit cards are unsecured debts. There's no such thing as debtor's prison anymore. And basically, you've got a lot of negotiating power to see if you can offer them 50 cents on the dollar, 75 cents on the dollar. Don't opt for bankruptcy. It's a lot worse. This will temporarily damage your credit, but if you already got your big ticket items like your house and your car, they can't really take anything away from you if you're judgment proof. So that's something to think about. But as Susie Orman says, you shouldn't really be able to walk away from your debt if you've already made legitimate purchases on it. Like, think about it this way: if like somebody owed you money, would you just say, "Oh, don't worry about it, forget about it"? So that's just a couple of things to think about. So thanks very much, and just keep these books in mind. Have a good day.